Hi, my name is Preeti and I am a Silkroad artist with lots of musicians, storytellers, visual artists, dancers. I come from India, a land far, far away from where I am currently, which is New York City. And I'm going to share with you and take you with me to India, to take you far away back in time and tell you a story from the past. Now, if people have told you that you cannot travel today, I'm going to tell you you can. How? Well, virtually, in your mind, in your imagination. Now, there, far away over there, is India, thousands of miles away. Today's story has 6 characters in it. Now, I grew up watching this story, seeing my teacher perform it many times. The magic of the story has taken me into dancing, what I do today, and into many schools. In fact, seeing the story and recognizing some of the characters with me. So join me. You have to know 6 things about this story. Try this out with me. A hunter. Fire. Water. Tiger, snake, and deer. Are you ready? A long time ago, in a land called India, there was a big, thick forest. So thick that you could not see beyond a few trees. Now, in that forest lived a deer, a beautiful deer, a pretty deer. But this deer had a secret. She had a little baby in her belly. She was going to give birth to a little baby, a baby deer. Now, this deer was very hungry, so she wanted to go everywhere in the forest looking for food. And right in the middle, she found lovely, tasty grass that she could eat. And so, lost in her dreams of her baby, she was eating this lovely grass. At that time, at the edge of that forest, there came a hunter. Where can I find some tasty deer to kill and take back home to my family so we can eat very nice deer meat tonight, thought the hunter. So he went deeper and deeper into the forest with his bow ready and arrow ready to strike at the deer. Now, in the same forest lived a tiger. Takatakita, 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 takatakita. The tiger was very hungry, and he thought, if I go today looking deep in the forest, I might find a catch, maybe a deer. Let me go in and seek where this deer could be. Now, as the hunter went in, he suddenly thought he saw the deer. It was the deer, eating happily, forgetting all her worries in this world, feeding herself and her little baby that was going to be born. Ha 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 ha, said the hunter, twirling his moustache. He hid behind a big trunk of a tree and looked carefully at the deer, taking aim with his arrow so he could release it just in time. At the same time, the tiger came around looking and found the deer. Ah, now I will not be hungry. I can eat that deer, thought the tiger. And the tiger hid behind a bush, looking at the deer at the right moment, for the right moment when he could leap and catch the deer to eat the deer. Did the deer know about this? No, of course not. She was too busy eating the grass. Now along came where the hunter was and where the tiger was hiding a snake. The snake was slithering away in the forest, moving along slowly, trying to feel the vibrations of something that it could catch and eat. The deer heard a noise and thought, "Oh, I think I sense danger. I better go." And the deer slowly walked towards the bush and suddenly saw the tiger staring at the deer, snarling away. And the tiger decided, "Oh no, what am I going to do? I have to go behind the deer and catch her. I have to go in front of her and catch her." For the deer was clever. She tried to go around the bush to trick the tiger. But as she went around the bush, she saw the tree. And behind the tree was the hunter, ready to aim at the deer. Oh no, what does the deer do? There is the tiger, and there is the hunter. Where do I go? Where do I go? And so the deer ran with her heavy belly, really heavy belly, towards the edge of the forest where there was a beautiful river. And as she went close, she saw that the waters were very deep. And if she were to jump into the water, she might drown. And with her, the baby might die. Oh no, what is she to do? There is the river, there is the hunter, and there is the tiger. Where does she go? Where does she go? As she turned around, a lightning struck. And another lightning struck, and this time it struck a tree. And the tree burst into flames. And the flames grew bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And as she went around the area where the fire was, she didn't know where to escape. She turned there, and there was fire raging. She turned this way, and she saw the water rising. And she turned this way, and she saw the tiger waiting to pounce on her. And she turned around, and she saw the hunter aiming at her. Not knowing what to do, she ran and ran in circles, getting dizzier and dizzier, and very soon this poor deer fainted and left it to destiny to help her. Takita, 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 takita. At that very moment, a thunderclap was heard, and rain started pouring. Little pitter-patters of rain to bigger waters, bigger drops of water as the rain came down. The hunter took his aim. As the hunter was about to release his arrow, the snake, I haven't forgotten the snake, you see. The snake lost its way and in its irritation bit the foot of the hunter. The hunter screamed and let the arrow go. The arrow raced through the gaps in the tree. Did it hit the deer? The arrow came and hit the heart of the tiger, who was just getting ready to pounce. And as he jumped up, the arrow hit his heart and the tiger fell. The rain stopped the fire. The fire that was raging came down and simmered down and went away. The waters went up and down into little cascades, made a waterfall, and formed a beautiful pathway to channel itself away from the edge of the forest. And the snake? Well, the snake simply slithered away, trying to find a new path. After a few hours, this deer that was fast asleep through its fainting woke up, still scared, wondering, oh no, is the hunter still there? Oh, is the tiger still there? Oh, is the fire still burning and raging? Is the water going to flood us all? but she heard nothing. She said, "Wait a minute. There was just so much happening around me. What has happened?" So very slowly, she looked to her left. And right next to her, she found the body of the tiger. Is he dead? "He is dead! He is dead! He is dead!" said the deer. "But wait, where's the hunter?" And she looked to her right. And she saw the hunter was also on the ground, dead. The hunter's also dead? How did that happen? And where's the fire? And she turned around and there was no fire. When she looked for the water had gone down and had flown away into another stream. The deer couldn't understand what happened. She was overjoyed. She was so happy. She looked at her belly and said, "Oh, baby, wait till I tell you the story. This is life. This is nature listening to me, listening to my cries." For nature has a lot of empathy. Nature loves us. We just have to live one with nature. And so the deer shook the water off herself, and started running around happily in the rhythm of three. Takita, 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 tam, takita, 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 tam, takita, tam, takita, tam, takita, 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 tam. And with a big leap, she bounded far away and reached her home in the forest, where she lived happily until she gave birth to a little baby deer. And the mother and the baby lived happily ever after. That's the end of this story. Now, I hope you enjoyed listening to this story. I love telling stories, and I grew up hearing a lot of stories. You know, stories can take you anywhere in the world. They can open up your minds about where you are, where you want to go, people you meet, people you don't know anything about. It's these stories that create a very, very important thing. They did for me. They might for you. It's called empathy. It's not such a big word, but it has a lot in it. So I want to reach out to you during this time, both as an artist, as a mother, I have a child of my own, and just as a human being, from a different country, now living in another country, having met so many people around me. Do share stories, do reach out, do read many, many stories and learn about people, about places, about nature. We all are on this planet. We all live as one. We all just belong to this one world. How we speak with our hands and our faces is universal. Learn from my culture. I want to learn from yours. Now, please share this story with everybody else. Thank you so much.